Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. It's Stephen Williams, founder and president of the creditrepairshop.com. Yes, I'm not in a suit today. It is hot, 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 humid outside here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And in today's video, what we're going to talk about is removing foreclosures off the credit reports. Yes, you can remove a foreclosure off of a credit report. And some people think that it can't be done. We have clients here that we were able to get them removed, but there's also some things that people don't even know about when they're facing a foreclosure situation where you can actually get money. So I'm going to talk about several things all the way up to how to get the foreclosure removed. Now, we all know that when someone experiences a foreclosure, that the family is like they lose stability, self-esteem. If it's a married couple, they probably arguing with each other because the finances aren't right. The kids are acting up. Like everything just starts to go haywire because the home is like the foundation in a way of a family. Like everybody comes home at the end of the night. Everybody eats at the home. Everybody lays back at their home. So when a home is lost in foreclosure, it's like an earthquake happening, and it cracked the foundation of the family. And there's things that people have to do, and I call it a reset. When I talk to my clients about you're going through a foreclosure, you're going through money problems, you're fighting with your spouse, the kids are acting up. How are you going to reestablish yourself? And I call it a reset. And if you watch my other videos, I talked about if you have bills, a way that you can get money is to get deferments on all of your payments. And in that way, you can use that money to catch up on other bills and to pay off some bills. But now, specifically to foreclosures, one of the strategies that I use, well, which is really the biggest and best strategy, if it's past where you could get deferments, if it's past where you could renegotiate the loan or get a refinance of the loan or get a loan modification with your lender, if it's past all of that, then the next step is to contact the lender and then tell them that you want to hand over the keys, but you want to be paid to clean up the house and do everything, and then you'll hand over the keys at that time. I know that might sound crazy, but we've done this and we've gotten clients up to $5,000 to do that. Because look on the flip side, what is the bank or the mortgage provider or whoever owns the loan going to have to do when you leave the house? They're going to have to clean it up, because most people that leave a foreclosure, they get thrown out of the house, so they don't even get to take all of their stuff. They tear up the place. Some of them because they're mad, upset. So they're like, if I'm leaving, we're leaving. Just tear it up, and we don't care. So what we've always negotiated for our clients that reached the point where they just were not going to be able to afford to stay in the house is you contact the lender, and in the lender you negotiate what's called deed in lieu, and you're going to hand over the keys. You're going to sign the deed so they don't have to go through the loan foreclosure process. It's going to be where there's no where you're not going to be arguing or making it a hostile. That's what they call it. It's not going to be a hostile foreclosure. And so we've negotiated that for clients. Some of them pay lower, but the highest one we've gotten was $5,000. And I think it depends on what neighborhood you live in. If it's a house that that's up there in the range, and for the client that we got 5,000 for, he was only in a home that was, I think, about $230,000. So we're not talking about some big expensive houses. So we negotiated that. They got $5,000, and then they used that money to reset. I always talk about let's reset ourselves. so they used that money to reset, and they got into low into an apartment, and they were able to get all their stuff out. They cleaned it up and they signed it back over to the lien holder, and and everything was good. The lien holder was like, "Hey, it's all cleaned up. We don't have to pay to have someone come in." Uh, if there were some damages that were done to the wall, they don't really care about that. But they just don't give them the place back looking like hell done ran through there. And so that's what we were able to do. We have negotiated that with several clients that were in the foreclosure process. Now, and I'm just looking at my notes here. So the next thing is, so you use the funds to get settled, get into a new place, set up a budget, get everything realigned, so your family can move forward. Now, the next thing that you need to look for, and this is only in certain states, so you have to look up the state that you're in. In the state of Wisconsin, it is not available, but you could have money coming to you. And let me explain. When your home is sold in foreclosure in some states, if they sell it for more than what the taxes were owed on the property, this is if the property was taken back from a foreclosure. Let's just say that you owed taxes, and the state or the city that you lived in, they came and took the property from you, and they sold the property for more than what was owed on the taxes. Did you know that money is owed to you? You would have to get that money. And so what you would do is you would file a claim, and it's only in certain states. And like I said, in Wisconsin, it's not available. But states like Texas, Florida, mostly southern states, some of the upper east coast states do it, where if you own the property and you lost it due to taxes because you just couldn't afford the taxes, and they sold it in the foreclosure process with a tax sale, and they made more, and they sold it for more than what the taxes were owed, that money belongs to you. A lot of people don't even know that money belongs to you. So now let's get into how to get this off of your credit reports. It's so easy. This has been like spreading butter on bread, melted butter on bread, when we've done this, where we had the family clean it up. They got paid the money to leave and to clean it up and to leave and to give over the keys. The next thing that happened is that once all of that was all done, then we prepared a document using the 609 credit CRA, the Credit Reporting Act statute, to actually get that item off, because it's not considered the same type of foreclosure. Where we formulated the letter, we told them that this was not a hostile foreclosure and that this should not be listed the way that it's listed on the credit reports. We would even send that to the creditor, and the creditor would remove the foreclosure. That's how easy it was. It's just like everybody just falls in the line. Like when they get it in their office, I guess they have a special file for the people that make it easy for them to take the houses back, and a special file for the people that make it hard, where they have to spend all this money and spend more on attorneys. But we would send it to the lender, and we would send it to the bureaus, and the item was always removed on the first round. So this is the easy way to remove a foreclosure and get paid if you're in foreclosure. So these are some of my strategies that I've used. Man, I'm telling some stuff that on here that I would usually never even say, because these are guarded secrets that that my company uses to help people with credit repair problems, and specifically with foreclosure. So if I hope this information was helpful to you, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please spread the word. I really appreciate it. And again, in this video, we had talked about removing foreclosures, off of the credit reports. If you need to, go back, start this video over, because this is serious, real deal. If you find yourself in this situation, you can get money to leave the property by cleaning it up, and then you can get the foreclosure removed off of your credit reports when everything is said and done. And potentially, depending on the state that you live in, if your foreclosure was due to taxes that were owed and they sold the property, you could have money coming back to you, because any amount that's paid over the taxes that are owed is your money. A lot of people just do not know that. Even if an investor buys the property and they pay, say the property is worth $100,000, you owe $10,000 in taxes. Investor paid $30,000 for the property. $20,000 of that is your money. So just think about it. You could get paid to get out of the house. You could get paid when the house sold, and you could get the foreclosure removed off of your credit reports. That's like a clean sweep. Start over. So again, this is Stephen Williams, founder and president of the creditrepairshop.com. Please visit our website, subscribe to my channel, and let's move forward today. Remember, you have the power to change your life. All you have to do is think rather than just be on automatic. Think about what you want and get a clear vision in your mind, and then do everything to go out there and do it, even if it feels uncomfortable. Thank you for your time.